We are back! We are back!
The address is straightpinky.com. That's STRAITPINKIE.com.
Suffering succotash!
Now, more from the Sunday Morning Hangover with straightpinky.com.
We are indeed back here on the Sunday Morning Hangover with straightpinky.com. We're going to talk a little college basketball recruiting right now with Rick Broering of Rivals.com. Rick, thanks for being here.
I appreciate you guys having me.
All right, ready to talk a little recruiting?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we're going to start with the little U of L recruiting right now. They have one commitment in the 2012 class. Looks like that's pretty much going to be it. Terry Rozier, 6'1", Shaker Heights, Ohio. Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, Terry's a guy, when you look at his height, he's 6'1", maybe. Right around that 6 foot range. But what people don't realize is he has like a 6'4" wingspan. He's got go-go gadget arms, and that helps him a lot on both offense and defense. And defense, he's able to get a lot of back tips, block shots, deflections, things like that. Offensively, it provides a lot of length. When he's driving through the lane, he can sort of get off shots from weird angles and just sort of protect the ball, I guess, with his length. And that helps him despite being a smaller guard. He's very explosive. He's become somewhat of a volume shooter over the last year or so. It's been kind of interesting to watch his development because he's a guy that really was no more than a mid-major recruit before this summer, and he kind of blew up.
That is the story indeed. He was very much an unknown, not even on the radar.
Well, yeah, and the funny thing is him and Samaj Christian were sort of the two top Louisville targets during that summer around the Peach Jam time. And Xavier ended up landing Samaj Christian, and Terry Rozier was sort of like the next guy in line, and Xavier was recruiting him as well. So it's kind of funny that Louisville and Xavier were both battling for the same two guys, and they both ended up with one of them.
Great. All right, 2013-14 class. Since Louisville, as we said, is going to be done pretty much with 2012. Who should we look for? What are some names for the Cards in 2013 and 14?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see which way Pitino goes with this. And when you talk about 2013, one guy I really like is Tyler Ennis, a point guard from St. Benedict's Prep. He's 6'2". He's got good size for the guard position, great athleticism, but he's just got an unbelievable feel for the game, plays with great pace, sets up his teammates, but he can score as well. He can shoot it from the outside. He plays with the loaded CIA Bounce Squad, which is the team from Canada, and they have a lot of top prospects across the nation. So he plays with really good competition. He plays against really good competition. He's going to be a stud. I'd look out for him. Another name that visited recently, Antoine Gill from North Carolina. He's from Raleigh. He's another guy. He plays with Garner Rhodes Bulldogs, which is actually David West's team. And he's an interesting prospect. He's a left-hander, so they kind of have that unnatural feel when you're guarding a lefty. They kind of catch us by surprise, which he does. He shoots it very well from the outside, and he's got a nice game off the bounce. Also, inside, Greg McClinton, a 6'7", forward. Great bounce, just tremendous bounce. Looks like he's on an elevator shaft when he jumps. He's straight up, tip dunks, lots of rebounds, very athletic. And also a name that UK fans will be somewhat familiar with, Solomon Poole, the younger brother of Stacey Poole, a 6-foot guard, so he's a little bit different than Stacey in that fact, but he's a freak athlete. I mean, if you need something off the top of the backboard, that's the guy you're going to ask to go get it, despite the fact that he's only 6 feet tall. And then, of course, Derek Willis out of Bullitt East, a Kentucky guy, 6'9", super, super skilled wing. And he'll be a 3-type player in the college system, but he can play multiple positions. He can defend multiple positions. He's going to be named definitely to watch out for the Cardinals.
Talking college basketball recruiting here on the Sunday Morning Hangover with StraightPinky.com. Rick Broering from Rivals. One last question about the Cards. Not so much recruiting, but Wayne Blackshear, U of L fans have only got to see him for maybe 15 minutes in an exhibition game. He's hurt his tore his labrum. Depending on who you ask, could be out the whole year, or February 15th, as Rick alluded to in his post-game press conference the other day. What about Wayne's game? Just for those who haven't really seen him outside of YouTube clips, what can you tell us about Wayne Blackshear's game when he's healthy?
Well, there's two things that stick out about Wayne Blackshear when you go watch him. The first is that he's a flat-out bucket getter. He just scores the basketball, and you see that right away. I mean, he put up a tremendous amount of points in his high school career, and I think he'll do the same at the college level. The second thing that stands out about Blackshear is he's such a winner. He just seems to always get the job done. He's a great teammate. He makes other people better. He has all the intangibles, and he's a tremendous competitor. I think Wayne Blackshear is is definitely going to be a productive player for the Cardinals when he's healthy, as everyone expects. But he's going to have to work on his perimeter game. He's got to shoot the ball better than he did in the past. So I'm sure that's what he'll work on a lot of this time when he gets back from that injury. He'll definitely be trying to develop that three-point jump shot. And if he gets that going, he's a big-time NBA prospect.